and welcome back to Coral Gables Now. The new year is upon us, and did you know that the #1 New Year's resolution is to lose weight and live a healthy life? Well, we met up with some local fitness experts to give you some tips on how to stay healthy. Rodolfo Roman explains.
With 2010 now in the books, now we're heading to 2011, and it's time to meet those New Year's resolutions. A lot of people tend to have on the top of their agenda to lose weight. So going to a gym, working out, pumping some iron is not going to take care of business. In fact, you need to have a balanced nutrition. So to help us out in guiding us how to create that, Melissa Kaplan, a nutritionist and dietitian at the University of Miami, is going to help us out. Thank you very much and welcome to Coral Gables Now.
Thank you, my pleasure.
So first and foremost, Melissa, let's talk about creating a balanced diet. A lot of people have hectic days, they work a lot. How do you begin? What's the first step?
The first step is making a plan. So before you even start off, before you even get to the grocery store, have a plan, make a list, and try to stick to it. So the first step would be, think of some things that you can create a few healthy meals with, and then write that down on your shopping list. So we have a couple staples here. We have some bread, pasta, some fruit, blueberries, vegetables, we have broccoli, carrots. These are just some examples of some fruits that are available to you in your local grocery store, and some things that are in season which are always recommended. For example, some nectarines are a good option because they're grown locally and more affordable.
Now, and as I had mentioned, working out just doesn't take care of business. You have to have a nutrition. Your nutrition has to be superb in order for you to lose a couple of pounds and so forth.
That's right. Now,
and it starts off from breakfast. A lot of people, we wake up in the morning, we brush our teeth, and we want to go straight to work, we skip breakfast. How important is breakfast in the morning, and what's a breakfast that people should kind of create for themselves to eat?
Well, breakfast is very important because you're just waking up after 6-7 hours of a fast. So just to get your metabolism going, it's really important to have something, whether it's just a small piece of toast or some fruit or some orange juice, a glass of milk, something just to get your body moving, get the metabolism moving. So a typical breakfast may be eggs, some beans, some cereal with a low-fat milk. These are all really great options and something that you don't need to eat necessarily before you go to work, but you might be able to have it when you're at work, sitting at your desk. Just be sure to make mindful choices instead of grabbing a Snickers bar or a Pop-Tart or something like that. Just have some food available to you at work.
And then we got lunch and dinner, but between that you should have a small portion of a snack.
Exactly. So you have your breakfast, whether it's before you leave your house or when you get to work, and then before you have your lunch, whether it's noon or 1 o'clock, make sure you have something to eat to keep your metabolism going. So for example, some fresh fruits is good. You can keep that in your desk. Even leftovers from the night before, maybe a yogurt you can have, something that's very easy until you get to your lunchtime. And when you're at lunch, whether you're a person that brings your lunch or goes out for lunch, again, it's always about planning and making mindful decisions.
So people need to start, they grab a little paper and write down kind of an idea of what they must eat. Now, a lot of people, personally, I don't like a lot of vegetables. So what can people substitute to help them out?
Well, there aren't really many great substitutes for vegetables, but there are ways to incorporate those vegetables into your diet without really having to taste that vegetable flavor if you're not a fan of the vegetables. So for example, right now when there's a little bit of a chill in the air, you're able to make stews, soups, chilies, things like that. You can really pack in the vegetables and maximize your vegetable intake, which is always a priority.
And if you're going to hit the gym before the gym, and we all know how, I had mentioned earlier that nutrition, so one person told me it was 60% nutrition, 40% working out.
Okay.
And what can a person eat before they work out, whether it be in the afternoon, in the morning time? What exactly was the typical quick snack they can eat before?
It's essential to eat before you work out. So that's a really good point. Whether it's at the gym or you're going for a bike ride or a run, you're doing weights or cardio, it doesn't matter. It's essential that you have something to eat, something small before you work out, and something that's carb heavy. So a carbohydrate could be milk, fruit, pasta, rice, beans. These are all carbohydrates that give you energy while you're working out. And if you're working out for a long duration of time, you need to continue to refuel your body so you have energy to complete your workouts.
Now, should folks kind of split the carbs? A lot of people say they leave the carbs in the morning time, and then once 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock comes along, don't worry about any pasta, any breads. Is that true, or?
Well, carbs are not your enemy, and they're actually the majority of the food that's recommended to eat. So Carbs come in a variety of resources. There's dairy, there's pasta, of course there's sweets like cake and brownies that are able to be incorporated into your diet but might not be best options. So carbs are very important because they give you energy throughout the day. Your brain uses the carbs to create energy for your body and so you can think clearly. And they're very essential when you're trying to recuperate from any kind of workouts.
Gotcha. And we all know about cheating. We all love to sneak in a little cake or a Snicker bar, chocolate, whatever it may be, especially now that we're getting over the holidays. We had a lot of all that stuff, so now we're gonna burn it. But when and how should we sneak these brownies and cakes in? What's the key here?
Well, there's no real structure to how to get sweets in your diet, but I recommend the 80-20 rule. So 80% of the time you're eating very healthfully, very mindfully, food that's going to be very nutritious for your body and help prevent disease. And the other 20% is the time that you can forgive yourself, allow yourself to have some sweets, whether it's a soda or some cake, brownies, ice cream. Those kind of things can be incorporated into a healthful diet, but try to minimize the amount that you're taking in. So 80% of the time you're doing really well, you're feeding your body healthy, nutritious foods, and 20% of the time, allow yourself to have those things, be forgiving, eat them, and move on.
So you were kind enough to bring us a couple of samples here. We got some chicken breasts. I mean, tell me an ideal of a lunch or a dinner. What exactly? We have a chicken breast and mix it up perhaps with some pasta or some brown rice or what may be?
Well, it's really important I always recommend my clients to choose foods that they like to eat and from there modify the cooking techniques and the recipes so they're healthier. So for example, if you're someone that likes chicken and a starch and a vegetable for a solid meal because it has a lot of the nutrients, vitamins, minerals that you need, that's fine, but it's good to change it up every once in a while. So again, I know a lot of times people are creatures of habit and they like their grilled chicken and they like their rice, but again, those things are very healthy, but there's other options too. So you're getting a variety of foods that give you a wider span of vitamins, minerals, things that your body needs.
Cool. And well, now we're coming to a close to this interview, but any tips that you would like to tell our viewers here on Coral Gables TV that they should follow when they try to stick to their diet?
Don't be afraid to make these changes slowly. It's really important to speak to someone that is reputable, a registered dietitian, someone that can give you quality, evidence-based advice, and they're able to create an eating pattern, an eating plan for you that's completely individualized because everyone is different, everyone's lifestyle is different, so it's really important to talk to someone that's credentialed and is able to provide you with personalized, reliable information.
And Melissa, you're available if anyone needs any information or any help where someone can call you at a number?
Of course. I have a consulting business called Elemental Nutrition and I'm able to be reached at 305-519-4657.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Melissa. We really appreciate your time. And there you have it, folks. Just kind of follow the suggestions that she made, and you should be able to lose a couple of weights as long as you stick to it, correct? That's the key. Stick to it.
Plan and stick to it.
Thank you so much, Melissa. Alrighty, thanks so much, and we'll see you next time. Back to you, David.
And that does it for this edition of Coral Gables Now. Thank you for watching Coral Gables Television, and we wish you and your family a Happy New Year. We'll see you next month.